Hey, Anthony, do you like my new shirt?
Sure, man. It's cool. Could have been better.
What was that?
I said it could have been better.
You want to fight about it?
Yeah, I do. Let's go, chump. Hold on a second. We don't need to fight.
We don't?
All you need to do is go to 86.com and choose from one of their many designs. Franchises range from Skullgirls to Street Fighter and even BlazBlue. And if you check out 86 through this Twitch channel, use 86.com/?AFF=4 to let them know that Mission Star Podcast sent you. As any indication, you can already see the fruits of that labor right now.
Okay, I think Greg's already angry with my first choice of topics, so mission accomplished.
All right.
No, that was more of like we had a conversation about it. That's what that was in more relation to, but yes.
Like, we had an agreement, damn it.
Well, I think with all the shenanigans out of the way and out of our system, I think we should get straight into this week's news as I transition here. All right. So let's begin with something that's... We've been getting more political on this podcast due to video games and all that jazz as of late. But one thing in particular that happened... recently this past week, as I bring up the video. There we go. Okay. So first off, before I begin this, I do want to send my condolences to the people affected in Texas. There was a huge tragic event of 2 mass shootings happening in 2 days back to back. People in Del Paso and was it Dayton? Was the other one?
Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah.
And El Paso, Texas.
El Paso, Texas, Dayton, Ohio, and where was the third?
Gilroy. It was about 2 weeks.
No. There was 3 in 24 hours.
No, it was 2 in 24 hours, but 3 within the time span of 1 week.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
So first off, condolences to everybody affected by those shootings, and heartfelt to everyone. But the reason why we're bringing this up is because recently Trump, our President Trump, went out and had some words to say regarding, what he believes could be the cause of gun violence in America. And he laid partially blame on video games. Now, if you've been a veteran in this industry for a long time, you know that we have ran into this issue again and again and again, numerous times in the past, dating back to 1990s, early 1990s, where the ESA had to go at court. Not take at court, but they had explained to the government like, "Hey, we'll take care of this. Don't intervene." And that's when the whole Mortal Kombat kind of raised a lot of eyebrows, and Carmageddon was another one, and also Night Trap as well.
A lot of that had what's the term I'm looking for? It was Jack Thompson.
Jack Thompson, yeah.
Jack Thompson, who I actually did some research on today because I was bored at work and not doing my job like I should. Don't fire me. No, so he's apparently teaching convicts now civics and constitutional law.
Wow, that's interesting, huh?
So he kind of.
I'm not saying anything good about this man.
No.
Like.
Okay, no. What I'm saying is he's trying to make up for being such a piece of shit.
No.
Not really.
No, he got disbarred. He literally can't do anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's okay.
He's trying to do something. He's trying to do something.
Well,
he sees it as it's very rewarding seeing uneducated men debating constitutional law, which is kind of.
So that means it's like looking in the mirror for him. He's like, oh, I can shine these pieces of shit.
Fucked up version of Fight Club.
Yeah. So I'll read this quote, and this is from Deadline.com, written by Jeff Bosher and Ted Johnson. Video game violence. Trump's blame game leads to backlash from gamers, gun law reformists. President Donald Trump called for curbing, quote, gruesome and grisly video games, unquote, that contribute to a culture of violence as a response to the horrific shooting sprees in El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio. But it had the ring of the familiar. Trump and other political figures have put blame at the industry's doorstep after other shooting tragedies, but the big difference Monday was a swift rebuke that greeted it. Gun reform advocates are more vocal now than they were back in February 2018, when Trump's administration last pointed a finger at the video game industry in the wake of the school massacre in Parkland, Florida. Within minutes of Trump's new comments today, those reformers called him out and, quote, video games are not to blame, unquote, surged as a trending hashtag, while debate began raging about which posed the greater threat to American society, passive first-person shooter games or the availability of real-world firepower. The thing that I do want to point out, and one thing I will say is that there's been numerous studies about does video game link to violence? Does it make you angry? Does it make you shoot a school? No, it has proven time and time again that it is completely false, and that video games does not equal me going to a school shooting or being angry.
My favorite thing is how there are not mass violent things that happen in other countries, gun violence or not.
Right. Yes.
We're the third highest video game based country, if you will. Country.
We're the third in consumption on average of video games.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
It's South Korea. No, yeah, South Korea and then Japan.
Japan and South Korea, then us. Yeah.
I think UK's up there.
No, UK is like fourth or fifth. They're not ahead of us.
There was a graphic that was going around. I think even Reggie, because of me, retweeted it, where it showed the different number of hours of how much time is being played on a game. And
there's one for cost breakdown. There's one for time played on average. There's a ton of them out there.
Yeah.
Like you can find whatever graphic you want to suit your particular desire at this point.
Yeah. I think I want to point out is the reason Trump is doing this is,
other than he's an idiot.
That is true. That is true. But I think the bigger point to point out is this is another distraction that he is putting out there for the real reason that we need to talk about is gun control. Like the real issue. Like you can blame video games all you want, but
it's passing the buck, man. It's a political tactic forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even aside from that, it's like, okay, or it's like he doesn't want to admit that like the shit that he's been spouting that's been, like anti-Mexican and like immigrants. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh yeah, like no, it's not the fact that I've been pushing this whole agenda forward and being anti-immigrant and stuff like that. Like no, it's video games. It's not me being a fucking asshole and pushing all this shit out there.
One of the worst things about this whole story, I don't know if you guys heard about it, but today it was reported that, and I saw a few people who had gone to Walmart today, that Walmart is not taking away their video game displays for sale, but shutting down any advertisement for video games or demos or things like that. You cannot watch a demo on any screens. You cannot play any demos because of potential video game violence.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna have to go. I literally live down the street from a Walmart. I'm gonna go probably tomorrow after work and go take a look at that.
Yeah, I remember hearing the
I'm
same.
not discounting what you're saying. I'm just curious if that's happening everywhere or if it's just certain areas.
Yeah, I don't know. That's you're absolutely correct on that. I do have a friend that lives in somewhere on the East Coast, and he tweeted out earlier this morning, oh, I went to Walmart and everything's shut off in the video game area. You can only buy video games. You can't do anything else. There's no displays or anything because of video game violence.
Well, that does happen from time to time in a Walmart anyways. I have friends who've worked in Walmart. Sometimes they shut that shit down just because. It just, yeah.
Oh, fair enough. I used to work in a Walmart a long-ass time ago in the video game section in electronics. And constantly either A would break down like a fucking McDonald's frosty machine, or they just were like, they're just like, we're done with it. Just shut it down.
Hey, look,
Whatever.
it's not that McDonald's frosty machines break down all the time. It's that they only have one to service every single McDonald's in the world.
They're all
Yeah,
sharing.
they all have to rent it out.
Yeah. Hashtag McDonald's truths.
But I do agree with you. I saw that a lot of the major gaming news outlets were reporting on it, so that's why I'm saying it. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see.
Yeah.
Let us know what you see over there.
Yeah, definitely let us know on that on the next thing we do. I will say when I get the time, special shout out to Slasher or Rob, forgot his last name.
Yeah.
But he's been doing some fucking great work as of late. He's been invited to talk about the connection between video game violence and video games and esports. For those who don't know, Slasher is an esports. I wouldn't say reporter, but like he's been on a bunch of different things. He was a caster for like StarCraft 2. He's casted a bunch of different games. He's been involved with a bunch of other like esports organizations and community managers. Yeah, and he's been doing a great job. He's been out there in the on Fox News, on other. I forgot the other media station that he was recently on. They invited him to talk about it, but like he's fucking doing great stuff. So Slasher, if you're out there, fucking you have tops out to you, man. Like you're doing the work or explaining to these boomers what the hell's going on.
They won't listen, just like they didn't last time.
One of my favorite things I saw recently in terms of this was it was a screen cap thing from like 4chan or 8chan or one of those stupid Chan websites. But it was a guy who was like, Trump, you've made a dumb mistake. Us gamers supported you and we continue to support you, but now that you're blaming the thing that we love, you're done for, buddy. And I was just like, what?
What?
Yeah.
Only Trump would figure out a way to piss off the incel population.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I mean, obviously,
to
to be clear on that, only Trump would be the only male politician to figure out a way to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nonetheless,
But I do think people are onto something, though. I have seen multiple people post, and yeah, it's a meme, but it's still funny, and I think it might have a little bit of truth in there. Japan's found the solution for mass shootings, folks. It's called tentacle porn.
oh,
Look into it.
Oh, God.
I mean,
Think about it.
I think
That's all we
porn
need.
for everybody is kind of a must at this point. Like it's porn in general. I think is important. Just get
Well, it
that
would
out.
help the incels.
I won't argue.
Hey guys, us here at Mission Start Podcast, we support weed and porn.